Dear friends, today's topic is Paris Agreement. This is from Lesson 7 of Unit 9 UGC NET to December 2019, Paper 1. We'll discuss Paris Agreement in 10 sentences. Point number 1. It is an agreement within the UNFCCC dealing with greenhouse gas emissions, mitigation, adaptation, and finance. Point number 2. It was drafted in December 2015, signed in April 2016, and entered into force in November 2016. In June 2000, point number 3. In June 2017, US President Donald Trump announced his intention to withdraw the USA from the agreement. The reason was, as per his America First policy for economic benefits. Point number 4. We can say Paris Agreement is a result of UNFCCC's COP21. COP21 was held in Paris. What is COP? This is Conference of Parties. Point number 5. The agreement calls for limiting the global average temperature rise in this century to below 2 degrees centigrade, that is to limit it to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Point number 6. We can say the Paris Agreement is the culmination, or that is the end of decades of international efforts to combat climate change. Point number 7. All the members must prepare, communicate and maintain a NDC. NDC is nationally determined contribution. Okay. Point number 8. As a whole, the keywords in this agreement are A. Differentiation. Differentiation that means the difference between developed and developing countries. That means different targets are provided to developed countries and different targets are provided to developing countries. B. Long-term goal. What is the long-term goal? This is the restriction in rise of temperature. Then C. This is mitigation. Mitigation is NDC to be maintained. That means nationally determined contributions to be maintained. Then comes D. Carbon markets. Carbon markets, we can say the parties may use internationally transferred mitigation outcomes to implement NDCs. South Korea is world's second largest carbon market due to its emission trading scheme. That means voluntarily the countries are taking the initiative to lessen the emissions, greenhouse gas emissions in this case. Then E. Transparency and support. That means reports to be submitted every 2 years. Then comes F. About finance. Parties are encouraged to support financially. Then comes G. This is adaptation. This is about review of adaptation progress every 5 years. Then comes H. This is about loss and damage, and this does not provide a basis for any compensation or liability. Okay. Then point number 9. INDC. INDC is intended nationally determined contributions. That means with intention, that means with more focus, the countries are trying. And in this INDC comes under UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. India announces its INDC and pledges to cut emission intensity of its GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030, and this is a very welcoming step. Point number 10, the final point. We can say as a whole, or in summary, Paris Agreement can be defined with the help of 3 C's: consensus, commitment and comprehensive. So for consensus, the document is about 12-page text and 20-page decision. And for commitment, there are 188 INDCs. Then for comprehensive, we have mitigation, adaptation, means of implementation, stock take, transparency, and compliance. Okay friends, this is for today. Please ask me whatever you are having please ask me about any query or doubts, and please suggest me to improve more. Thank you.